So I am about to get my first color boost for my brows. See there? So we've already, she's already prepped them. That's why there's white around them. So we are just about to get started.
Okay, this is Crystal, and we're going to do her retouch appointment that she had microblading 3 months ago. And we're just going to tweak it. We're not going to go through the whole thing again. Just tweak where it needs to be tweaked and make her happier. Okay? Here we go.
Happy brows. So everybody always asks if it is a tattoo tool. I don't know. Let me come in closer. I don't know if you guys can, like, I can hear this because it's my head she's working on, obviously. But it's almost just like a little small scalpel. And yes, I have numbing cream on, so I don't really feel that at all. I feel a little bit of pressure. I feel it just a little bit, but it does not hurt.
And actually, I don't know if you can see this or not on her camera, but it's not really a scalpel. It's like a blade, and it has 11 needles, and it's on a slope. And this is a flex needle.
Okay. I actually haven't even got to look at it that closely myself.
So, because we don't say scalpel.
Yeah, scalpel is not the right term.
Yeah, that's medical.
Yes, that is medical. We are not doing a medical procedure. This is purely cosmetic. So, but it is not a, you know, some sort of a battery operated tattoo tool like people think it is when they hear that.
Correct.
So she's just dipping it in the ink, and then she's just making the hair-like strokes. That obviously is why this is different than an actual tattoo that people think of, because she's not doing a solid color. She's doing the hair-like strokes.
And as you can see, it is a tattoo. There is blood. I know there's a lot of rumors that microblading is semi-permanent, but no, it is a tattoo.
Right. And you have to take care of them, you know, just like any tattoo, it can fade, obviously. So you want to make sure that you don't use any product that's going to fade the color. You want to wear sunscreen and keep it protected. What are some other tips
You
on
don't
that,
want to
Kim?
use any kind of retinol. You want to watch when you go get your facials that your esthetician doesn't use any chemical pills like glycolic acids, lactic acid, salicylic acid, because they crawl under the skin. Some of them up to 2 inches under the skin. So you want to make sure that you don't, even in your skincare, you don't want to use anything that has any acids in them on your forehead, because it can travel. I mean, we don't want that to happen. So.
And some of the facial products, you guys know my whole journey with my skin. So some of my products do contain salicylic acid and benzoyl peroxide and things like that. So when I do use these products on my skin, I'm very, very careful not to get them in my brow area. I always avoid that area, and I do wear the sunscreen, which is what you want to do. And by the way, just side note, look at my eyeshadow today.
Very pretty.
Isn't it pretty? This is our Addiction Palette 5. It released today, and I've already gotten several ladies that have snagged one, so I can't wait for them to get it and try it for themselves. I'm trying to get a different angle here so you guys can see a little bit. So I'm going to pause this for just a minute, and I'll be right back. Okay, see that side? That is exactly what they're going to look like. I'm just kidding. What, you don't like that? They're definitely there and noticeable. No one would ever accuse me of not having eyebrows again. So Kim is coming on the other side here. Oh, don't let me put my phone in front of your face. That would not be good.
You're good. I'm all good.
So we were just talking about the healing process, and this is, these of course are going to be questions you're going to have. And so it takes about, for most people, you're looking at about 14 days. You're not going to be able to get any water on your eyebrows at all. So you're going to avoid water at all costs. You're not going to have makeup on or around them. So they have to be completely clean at all times. And then Kim will kind of help me remember here. I think, is it day 4? When do you start the grapeseed oil? So day 4, I'm not going to touch them at all. Then day 4, I will use my grapeseed oil.
That I'm going to give you.
That she's going to give me. She puts together a really nice little packet to send home with me. It's got a little compact mirror, my grapeseed oil, Q-tips, tissues,
Mirror.
yeah, the little
Writing
mirror.
pen.
Yes, a little pen and this nice little bag, and it has me all prepared, and then all of my instructions will be in that. And it tells me what to expect. Now, the first time I had this done, everyone's going to be different. I didn't really start peeling until about the night of day 13. I just thought in 14 days I'll be done. But me, I didn't start till about the night of day 13. But thankfully my peeling didn't last very long. So just a couple of days and I was good to go. So once they stop the peeling process, that's when you can start your makeup and everything. But you don't want to do that prior to 14 days. You want to give it at least your 14-day period. And if you start late like me, make sure you don't do your water or your makeup or anything until the peeling has stopped.
And no picking.
Oh yeah, no picking. So
that's the hardest thing.
It is incredibly hard not to pick. You'll want to. It's going to drive you crazy. They're probably going to itch just a little bit. Some people more than others. Mine weren't too bad, but I have a friend that had hers done after me, and hers itched pretty bad. So everyone's going to be different as far as that goes as well. But you just have to keep your fingers off of them and let them do their thing because you don't want to mess up the beautiful eyebrows. These don't look beautiful right now, but they will, I promise.
What? You don't like that?
Kim's also really great at picking color. So what we did the first time I had them done, we color swatched, which she pretty much had the color picked out, but I brought my brow pencil in and she just drew it right here between my eyes. And just to make sure that was, so I could look at the color as well. You guys see that? She's filled in and darkened all that. So she was absolutely spot on with that color. I really wish I had done video before for the very first time you guys could have seen. And I know you've seen plenty of pictures of me and all that, but I had absolutely no brow at all. But look how great those look.
We still have a few white spots.
Yeah, she's still working on it. So I'm going to let her actually fill those in and I'll be back in a minute.
Sorry.
Oh, you're okay. All right, so she's just applying a little more pigment. So we'll just sit here and let them soak, and I'll look like Groucho Marx for a few minutes. If I lived in another country, this is what I would look like. Isn't this like the thing in other countries? This would be considered really, really
Except
hot.
they do this, Crystal. They take it on over here, and then do it over here, and then
Right.
They give you this unibrow. Then they give you this real pretty design right here.
Wait, what is that?
There's your jewels.
And we're done.
These hair strokes a little higher. And
Okay.
I'm actually going to raise the bed up for you.
Okay.
So you can tell even better.
So she's removing the pigment. I'm going to look and check. I'm going to sit upright and I'll look and see if we need to do any other tweaking.
Sometimes it looks different when you sit up.
Right.
Because our skin moves.
What do you guys think? If that's focusing in or not. I think it is. Okay, so they look really good. There's just a couple more she's gonna touch up. The other thing I want to mention, or meant to mention earlier, I didn't say this, but when you have them done, they're gonna look, which I think they look great right now. But the first time you get them done, it'll just look different to you because you're not used to them, first of all. But they will shrink down just a little bit once they go through the healing process. So they're going to be bolder and darker for that 14-day period. And then they will shrink down a little bit. And of course, they're going to lighten up some as well. So don't be alarmed if the color that's chosen for you looks really dark, because it's meant to. You need it to be darker because when it fades and, you know, meshes with your skin, it's going to look very natural that way.
Much better.
Yay! We were also talking a minute ago, because the question I get probably most often, I'm sure Kim does too, is how long before I have to get another color boost? And of course, every person is different. It all depends on how well you take care of them, you know, not doing the things earlier that Kim was saying, the do nots. So if you take really good care of them, she said she's got some clients that had theirs done 4 years ago that are just now having to come in. They're just fading a little, and they're just going to get a bit of a touch-up. So that's what I'm hoping, because I'm going to take really good care of mine. Not that I don't want to come see Kim.
Sunscreen is your
sunscreen is
defense.
your BFF. So you want to definitely wear sunscreen, which I do now. I didn't used to wear sunscreen, but I do now for lots of reasons. Taking care of my skin now. Okay, so she's put another coat of the pigment on. Is that the right term? Pigment?
That's correct.
So we're going to let it sit for about 5 minutes. But while we're doing that, you guys need to know a little bit more about Kim. So, again, this is Kim. And Kim trains. She was actually one of the first, or the first in this region. Is that correct?
In this area, yes.
In this area to do this process. And this is, you know, kind of fairly new, I guess, to the States.
Microblading has been around for probably 20-something years, but it's just now really hitting the United States.
Right.
And so I was in one of the original classes that we had here in the States about 4 years ago with Tina Davies, and she was my mentor, and I've learned a lot from her. And now we have a training center here at Beauty Redefined Permanent Cosmetic Center, Beauty Redefined Med Spa, and we do the fundamental training. And we have advanced microblading training, advanced eyeliner training, and we're just constantly adding more things. So we also offer laser tattoo removal, hair removal, facials, hair, a whole bunch of stuff. So come see us, 109 Central Avenue in Oak Ridge, Tennessee.
And I'm going to ask Kim to also tell you guys her certifications, because that matters. You don't want to just go to anyone. So will you please tell them what
Well, I'm internationally board certified through the SPCP, which is the Society of Permanent Cosmetic Professionals. And so is my daughter, Brittany. And we both love permanent makeup. We're just trucking along and growing by leaps and bounds. We've actually outgrown the building that we're in now, and we're leasing another building beside us to put our new training center in. So that's where we are right now.
And I'm trying to get her to come to Cookeville. I need her closer to me.
She needs to find me an office.
Oh, maybe we can work on that. All right, so she's wiping it away.
I'm trying to leave her new eyeshadow on. I don't want to take that off.
But it's okay. I have more at home. Coming close. So look how natural that looks. All of that looks like real hair. And most of it is not. Most of that is purely tattoo.
Well, she probably has about maybe 20 hairs right in here.
That's the bulk of them
Maybe
right there in the
20
beginning.
Right there, and maybe 5 or 6 going down through here.
Yeah, if I turn sideways, you can see like some of my natural hair. It's basically just like a strip down the middle, and it just gets thinner. And then where the tail is, that is all tattoo down here.
This is all tattoo.
Yeah. Here. No natural hair there. And what were you saying about the tail there?
We do try to follow your natural hair growth. So lots of times on YouTube and things, you'll see where they just all go in one direction, and they will have some natural hair in it that's actually growing down. So I try to follow hers. As you can see, she's got some hair that's growing down. There's not a whole lot, but I just know that was her natural hair growth pattern. So I try to follow that. Just looks more appealing that way.
Yeah, it looks very natural that way. That's a good point too.
Okay,
I just got in my car. We're all done, and I love them. I love them. I love them. You guys, there's just nothing in this world like having eyebrows when you've never had eyebrows before. It's goofy, but I mean, seriously, you girls understand where I'm coming from. You guys don't even watch because you have no idea. But look at this. Oh, they're like, they look so good. They look so natural, which is why the microblading is so popular. So anyway, I just wanted to take you guys a little bit on my journey, and I've been using the wrong term. I've been saying color boost, but it is a touch-up since this is my first appointment after my initial appointment. Now later, hopefully a few years later when I come back to see Kim, at that point it is called a color boost. So I just wanted to make sure I corrected that because I do like to use the right terminology. But anyway, thanks for watching with me, and if you have additional questions, just comment below and I will be happy to answer them for you. Y'all have a great day.